Hi. So I just kind of wanted to make a video to sort of tell people, the things that I want to be open about because I want to help people like me. What actually inspired me to do this is my cousin. She made a video. Hers was about bullying. Mine's gonna be more mental illness kind of stuff. But let's see. I'm not gonna go into my whole story, mainly because it would take me hours and nobody would ever watch the whole video. So I'm gonna try to summarize it the best that I can. But honestly, I just kind of want people to know that you're not alone. There's other people that go through these things, and you don't have to be ashamed of it. You can, maybe someone will make fun of you for it, but honestly, if I can help one person, just one person, I will be perfectly happy. So also, if you want to check out my cousin's video, I'll put the link in the description bar. So yeah, if you want to check that out, she is an amazing girl. She is super special. She is absolutely so inspiring, and I'm so proud of her, and I love you to death, Taylor. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's see. My story kind of started. It's kind of been an ongoing thing for pretty much my whole life, but it really didn't start until I was about 13. I sort of just went into this depression where I was angry all the time, and I hated going to school every day. I was wearing black nonstop, which I don't even want to remember that. It was terrible. But it was just kind of a dark, depressed. I was so confused about things. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand what was happening inside my head. I felt completely out of my mind. And I never told anyone, really. And then my school counselor started noticing that I was sort of just kind of not there, and I would sleep in class. My head would constantly be down on the tables and stuff. So and then I watched a TV show, and it talked about cutting and self-harm and stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'm depressed and I'm in pain, and I just kind of, I'll try anything at this point. So of course I tried it, and it definitely becomes an addiction. It turned into something I definitely didn't mean for it to. I kind of started, honestly, for attention. I wanted someone to pay attention to me because I was in so much pain and I felt so terrible all the time, so I wanted just somebody to pay attention. And so I started cutting, and then my counselor found out and told my mom and everything, and I ended up in a psychiatric hospital. I was probably there for 5 days or so, and I was really struggling, and I didn't really have anyone I felt comfortable talking to about it. And it was just very difficult. I was 13. I was in middle school. I was confused, and all this other stuff, and the mental illness really didn't help much. But anyway, I went through so many different diagnoses, whatever. They told me bipolar, they told me just depression, they told me a variety of different things. I didn't get an official diagnosis until, like, I'm gonna say like 6 months ago. So, and I started dealing with this stuff when I was 13 and I'm 21 now. So it took a really long time, and I'm still not really sure that they know what it really is. I think that they just kind of threw things at me and said, hey, here, you kind of fit this, so why not? But I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which a lot of people don't know what that is, and honestly I had no idea what it was. I'd never heard of it before. It's a really complicated, severe mental illness, and it is super painful, not only for the person suffering from it, but for the people around her, or him, or whoever, because it's a lot of struggle with relationships, and ups and downs, and all this other thing, and it sort of describes me to a T. When I first read the symptoms and things, I thought it felt like someone was following me around with a notebook. Like, it was just right on. And I was diagnosed with bipolar, which is somewhat similar to borderline, but not entirely, and also impulse control disorder. So I was sort of diagnosed with 3 different things, and I was relieved, but at the same time I was like, oh my god, like, I really am crazy. But the truth is, like, I'm not crazy. I'm just, I'm struggling, and things happen, and there's chemistry wrong in my brain, and I understand that now, and although I still feel crazy sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I still feel definitely different from the people around me, but I learned that just because that you're different doesn't mean that you're crazy. So anyway, I kind of got off track, but I would self-harm pretty much every day, really, and it would just get worse and worse and worse, and I would it was so terrible because I'd have to hide it, and when you cut on your arm or whatever, it's super, super hard to hide. So it's along with the pain, you have to hide the marks, and then you end up with scars for the rest of your life, which I have. Not that you can see them. No, you can't. But, in a way, I think that dealing with everything has sort of made me a more caring, compassionate, emphatic person. I think that I can relate to people a lot more easily now, which sort of is what made me choose my career. I don't know, I really want to help people that are dealing with mental illness, and I want to be there for them, and I want to make them realize how strong they are, and I want to help them. So, if anyone watches this and maybe needs someone to talk to, or just kind of someone to be there, then I am it. Like, I can, I still struggle a lot, but I'm definitely dealing with it a lot better than I used to. So, I just kind of want to be there for anybody else that may be struggling, maybe newly diagnosed, or just, really having a hard time. So if you need help, you can leave me a comment or a message or whatever, and I can put some suicide hotlines in the description, and those are really helpful if you are feeling in a crisis or whatever. And also you can Google a lot of things, and sometimes there's chats where you can just talk to them online. There's video chats, there's the phone calls, even there's a text messaging one. So if you just kind of Google like crisis chat lines or something like that, then you can usually find something pretty quickly. But I'll put a couple in the description. Anyway, I'm not going to continue because this is already a 10-minute video. So anyway, it does get better. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. You have to work very hard, and it is very, very difficult, and it takes a very long time, but you can live a normal life. It doesn't have to affect your daily functioning. It can make you a better person. It can make you a stronger person, and you're not alone with this. I promise you that. I promise you that you are not alone. And if there is any way that I can help anyone at all, please let me know. I just want to be there for someone because I know how terrible it is to be completely on your own. So anyway, that's kind of my story. That's only like part of it. That's like not even the beginning. But I hope you liked it, and I hope that maybe something I said could help someone. If you have any questions or anything, you can comment too. So yeah. So thanks for listening to my story, and stay strong.